You're listening to an Airwave Media podcast.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal. I'm here in the studio with Jeff and Matt. How are you both today?
Oh, I'm in the studio today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, your soul is in the studio. Your body is not, but it will be back soon.
It's migrating slowly.
Slowly migrating on a road trip back to the studio. Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing great. Apparently my voice isn't, but
You're
I'm
dying,
doing good.
but you're doing good. So Jeff is dying.
Consumption.
Matt's soul is coming to take over his body.
Yeah. You know what's funny is somebody asked me, like, are you moving back to Chicago? And I hadn't mentioned it anywhere. I'm like, how do you know that? And I guess I said it on a recent episode. I forget that people listen to the show. And I was like, oh, I should probably tell everyone I'm moving back to Chicago.
I know you have to be careful, not to say your blood type or social too, or credit card number, but
yeah.
But I don't think our listeners are too nice to do that, I think.
Yeah. Ask me for blood. I would do it.
Yeah.
For you listeners, Patreon, $10 and up. Just so you know.
Before we introduce...
That's cheap blood, Matt. You're selling yourself short.
Well, it's for the vampires. Matt has
you want to know what blood goes for? Never mind.
Matt has a big vampire contingency. Before we get going, we introduce our guests. Just want to say, we only have about 5 episodes left in our current studio. We're moving, and the tenants above our studio have moved out as of yesterday. So there's a team of carpenters and contractors ripping carpet, hammering, nailing, doing anything possible to ruin our episode. So
I also want to point out it's not cheap because Sunday labor is double time.
That's right. That's right.
If they're union guys,
I don't know if they're moving at double time speed because they've been doing it for quite a while already. But yeah. So if you hear any hammering, if you hear any banging or I don't know, saws,
loud vacuuming,
it's just in the background. We're going to try and minimize it, but just give us a little grace here today on this Sunday.
Ken was building a table behind us. Maybe not.
Well, yeah, well, that's right. That's true. Ken isn't here. He actually is upstairs building a table.
He's working with them.
He is working with them just to get a little extra carpentry skills. So, but yeah. So please ignore that. But things that we shouldn't ignore are our wonderful guest today. So first, we're gonna introduce our guest player today. You heard him on another episode where he was dishing out the pain. Today, we return the favor and make it painful for him. Coming to us from Croatia, Not a Robot supporter on Patreon, Marko Plantak. How are you, Marko?
I'm excellent. How are you guys?
Doing great. Tell us what's been new in your world since you were on the show last time.
Well, in the past month and a half, nothing much has changed. I'm still a college student. I'm still writing my master's thesis. As of yesterday, I did my last pub trivia this season, so I'm off for the summer in that regard. And as of May, I'm a proud owner of a lightsaber, so that's new.
Oh, that's great.
Ooh, that's fantastic. Now, what color is the lightsaber?
The handle itself is red, and the glowing part, I can actually change the color to whatever I want it to be. It has like 10 combinations.
Oh, it's kind of like a mood lightsaber, depending if you want to feel like a Sith one night or you want to feel
exactly
a little bit better. Yeah. You are going to partner with Matt today, which will be fun. And we came up with a really fun team name, I think, too. Do you want to explain what the team name is and why it is that?
Yes. So this Monday, I was walking around this local store and I saw a bootleg version of a Chicago Bulls tank top for €5. And I thought it would be really funny if I bought this. So my Matt and my team name is going to be Bootleg Bulls.
Bootleg Bulls. I love it. And Jeff and I, because of the construction upstairs and the loudness that we were assured would not be very loud, but what else? What else is new? It's going to be, our team name is going to be Triviality Gets Screwed. So even though they're hammering up there and someone's getting nailed, we're going to get screwed today. But we need a host, and we're so excited to have him here, coming to us from Boca Raton, Florida, Oakland 5 supporter on Patreon, Justin Kane. How are you, Justin?
I'm doing all right. I'm, like I said, having a slightly rainy and thundery day down here in Boca Raton, and we're hanging in. Connection seems strong now, so...
Yeah, and we mentioned, even though the listeners at home can't see it, behind you got a nice Magic the Gathering poster, and You and Jeff were talking about that, but I know Ken isn't here to see it, but you have a great One Piece t-shirt on as well.
Yeah, I'm very much a man of my hobbies. I do a lot of board gaming. I do a lot of tabletop. I'm usually stuck as a forever GM in Dungeons and Dragons.
That's not a bad thing.
Now, before we get started, because we're going to play your game, if Marko walks through a market and wants to get a bootleg version of your favorite board game that he should play, what game would that be?
Can't go wrong with Terraforming Mars.
There you go, Terraforming Mars. And I'm trying to think what the bootleg version of that would be. Terraforming Michigan. There you go.
It's pretty terraformed already, Neal.
Just don't get On Mars. That's another non-bootleg video board game.
Well, yeah, Justin, so you're going to be our host today. For everyone listening, this is just our classic Triviality format. It's going to be 2-on-2. And for those that don't remember the rules, we're going to throw it to the rules. Justin, you're the host today. Any preference on who reads the rules today?
How about the late, great Gilbert Gottfried?
I love it. Let's go to Gilbert.
Triviality Podcast is 2 rounds of 20 questions worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there's a special swing round by this week's host. In the final round, players wager points they've earned for a chance to become the cream of the crop.
Cream,
I can't beat that rules read. So thank you, Gilbert, for the rules. We know the rules now. We have Team Bootleg Bulls of Matt and Marko versus Team Triviality Gets Screwed. We're ready to play, Justin.
All right. So for the weekly trivia game I run here in Boca, I play a song as the time limit for each question, and the song is very often a hint. Obviously, we're not doing that here, but I am going to give you guys a band or artist name as each category, and a song by that artist serves as a hint in either title, lyrics, or themes, but you will have to figure out which song yourselves.
Fantastic.
All right, so with that, the first category is Yellow Card, or Germany, Australia, or Florida, which is a game I play each week in my trivia setup. I'm going to partially describe a news story, and you have to tell me whether this story is out of Germany, Australia, or Florida, all places with their own unique and sometimes surprisingly similar brands of weirdness. In 2009, 2 homeless men brought a 5-foot shark carcass onto free public transportation. 2 days later, the same carcass turned up in the middle of a street. Germany, Australia, or Florida?
Wow. So many ideas are coming to our brains right now. But all right. Yeah, Jeff and I are going to lock in. We'll let you guys talk.
All right, Marko. What are you thinking?
Well, I don't think it's Germany because sharks don't really go well with Germany. I don't think it's most likely Australia, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Florida.
Yeah, usually Florida man does something is the meme here, but obviously Australians they got some. There's a big contingency of sharks there too. It's a 50-50 call. You leaning towards Australia?
I'm leaning towards Australia, but I'm notoriously awful at 50-50, so whatever you say.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of any Yellow Card songs that would be a clue. Way Away, Ocean Avenue, they're big hits, but I can't think of a clue there that leads to it. So we're going to go Australia.
Yeah, so as you can probably hear, people are clogging up there, it seems.
Sure.
So we were trying to figure out the answer. Jeff and I kind of agreed upon.
Germany would be really funny.
It would be funny.
There's just almost no German beaches.
Yeah, where are they going to get a shark?
I can't imagine where it's washing up, but Florida man feels more like a gator to us.
Yeah, and we didn't hear any use of bath salts or anything. So,
right, so we're just going to guess Australia.
Yeah, Australia.
All right. This was the free public transportation was there intentionally to throw people off. This was actually Miami, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was on Miami's Metro Mover elevated train. So, everyone loves when you bring a shark onto a monorail.
Mm-hmm.
But it had a bikini as per Miami, so it was fine.
Yeah. Number 2 is going to be John Mellencamp or fictional characters. Alec Baldwin, Harrison Ford, Chris Pine, and John Krasinski have all played film or television portrayals of which fictional character who has appeared in 36 novels starting in 1984?
Hey, we can lock in right away. We'll let you guys talk.
Okay, so they're locked in. Do you have any ideas, Marco?
Okay, they played a television character. Or no, what? 36 novels, said.
They all played the same character in either film or TV. The character originated in 36 novels.
Mm-hmm. The John Krasinski one leads me to think it's the new. It's not new anymore. I think it's
is it
Jack
the
Ryan.
Reacher or something? Oh, Ryan. Right. Yeah.
I always think Jack Reacher, and it's not, and I'm pretty sure it's Jack Ryan. I think I've said Jack Reacher for this before. And that's based off Tom Clancy books, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go with Jack Ryan.
I do think a fun trivia category would be Jack Reacher or Jack Ryan.
That is really good. Which one only drinks black coffee? Jack Reacher. Which one's a pencil pusher? Jack Ryan.
Which one's our answer, Neal?
Jack Ryan.
I would say you could call that category You Don't Know Jack, but I think that's taken. This was Jack Ryan. This was the first of those novels, I believe, was Hunt for Red October.
That'd be fun for your trivia night. So you could do You Don't Know Jack, but is this Bauer, Reacher, or Ryan?
There's so many Jacks.
Yeah, there's so many Jacks.
Plenty of Jacks to go around. Even several Captain Jacks. Question 3 is Harry Styles or food? Chubby Gray, Jubilee, and Golden Midget are all varieties of what type of fruit originally domesticated and cultivated in Northeast Africa?
We're gonna lock in with a guess.
All right, are these varietals plentiful where you're at, Marco?
They don't sound like something that would be plentiful in Croatia, so I'm kind of at a loss here. For some reason, the first thing that came to my mind was lemons, but I don't see any connection to that.
So when he said the artist Harry Styles, the first thing that came to my mind was Watermelon Sugar, which is a great song, and I think that it might be leading us to watermelon as the answer.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that song. That makes sense. Watermelon.
So we're gonna go with watermelon.
Yeah, I mean, unlike DJ Khaled, we know Harry Styles loves munching on watermelon, so we thought it was watermelon.
You guys are right again. It is watermelon.
Marco, I have a quick question for you. So here in Chicago, everyone obviously is like, oh, you guys love deep dish, and that's kind of like what we're known for, hot dogs, even though we eat tavern-style pizza. But if someone was coming to Croatia, what's like the touristy thing? Everyone's like, this is Croatian food. You know what I mean?
Well, I would say there's like a local dessert, let's say, called strudel, which is basically like, I forget what the English name is, that very thin pastry that has like fruit in it, so something like that. That's like pretty popular in Croatia.
Okay. Strudel, you said?
Yeah. I think that it would be just strudel in English, so yeah.
Strudel.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, sweet.
It does sound good. Question 4 is Bruno Mars or technology? What key on the standard QWERTY keyboard was described by the IBM Guide to Operations in 1982 as an inactive key, but keeps on showing up on keyboards today?
Okay, we're not too sure on this one. This is a stumper, but we have a guess, so we're going to lock in.
All right, so me and Marco are staring at our keyboards, and I don't know what half of these things do. Marco, what were you thinking? We were trying to tie it back to Bruno Mars, too.
Yeah, we were thinking like 24 karat magic, maybe like something to do with function or alt key, but we don't really know as well. So I'm kind of leaning towards function FN, but I don't know what you want to lock in with.
Let's just go with function. I don't know. I don't know what its function is, so maybe it doesn't have one. So let's go with that.
Yeah, maybe there's like an Uptown function something clue there. But the only thing we could think of is our keyboard, at least, and maybe it's just a Mac one, has the eject button, but no computers have CD-ROMs anymore. So we just said maybe it's the eject button.
I was actually going a little further back with the Bruno Mars song. I was hinting at Locked Out of Heaven, because although caps lock and num lock do still function, scroll lock hasn't done anything since 1982.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Good question.
Cool.
Scroll lock turns on the little light on your keyboard. That's all it does.
Scroll lock sounds like someone you would meet in a D&D campaign who has potions.
I could see that.
But not scrolls.
But not scrolls.
Yeah. All right, and number 5 is Tracy Bird or video games. In which game of the Final Fantasy series did 2 of the party members play Blitzball, a soccer-like game played in a floating sphere of water? This was the first Final Fantasy game on the PlayStation 2, and consequently the first to be fully 3D. Name the 2 characters for 2 bonus points each.
Yeah, I'm excited to build Magic decks around the upcoming Final Fantasy set, specifically 2 of these characters. So
Someone said, why are they turning Magic the Gathering into Fortnite and just adding in all these characters? But I could see either way.
Money.
I don't know if I said it on the show, but I'm currently getting the platinum in all the Final Fantasy PlayStation games right now, and I am currently on Final Fantasy X. I know I sang the answer because you guys know it. You Jeff, you got the characters?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry to...
Is it Yuna? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so Marko, I'll just take the lead here. This is Tidus and Waka, Final Fantasy X.
We agree, 100%. Tidus and Waka.
Correct on all counts.
Now, Matt, I feel like this is just prime Matt before and after territory here with Tidus and Waka Waka Flame.
I'll work on it.
After 5 questions, it looks like both teams are doing equally as well as each other, and we're both going to be at Walter Payton together. So 34-34. It is anyone's game.
All right. That brings us to question 6, which is System of a Down or television. Originally the food and wine connoisseur on the original Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, Ted Allen went on to host what Food Network cooking competition show that has over 700 episodes?
We are locked in.
Oh. Neal, you're a big fan?
No, actually, I got it, thankfully, from Justin's System of a Down clue, but then I was like, oh, I know that TV show, but I've never really watched it.
Marko, do you know it from a System of a Down song?
I don't know a lot of System of a Down songs, so the only thing that might fit into this theme is Chop Suey with the chop, but I don't know what show that would be.
Yeah. So Chopped is definitely a cooking show that's probably had, I would guess, 700 episodes. So that's a great guess. I don't think there's a cooking show called Toxicity. Probably wouldn't do so well. So,
What about Deer Dance?
Yeah, maybe not. So let's go Chopped.
Yeah, we agree. We think Ted Allen is the host of Chopped, but I feel like if there was a show named Toxicity, Alton Brown would probably host it.
I think if I wanted to name another cooking competition show after a System of a Down song, I'd probably go with BYOB.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
But no, Chopped is what I was looking for here.
Nice. Great theme here with the music and everything.
Thank you. Number 7, we're going to start to get a little more out there with the artists. It's Oingo Boingo or music. What musician, according to an interview in the Paris Review, took a series of first dates to see 1988's The Naked Gun in theaters because he had a cameo in the movie? He would wear the same Hawaiian shirt on the date that he had on in the film.
We are going to lock in and let the other guys talk.
Okay, so we're chatting about 1980s artists that would wear a Hawaiian shirt, and we ruled out Jimmy Buffett and Meatloaf. What do you think about Weird Al?
Yeah, I think that sounds great. He does seem like the kind of person that would wear a Hawaiian shirt and do these kinds of films.
Yeah, well, I love a little Weird Al, so we're gonna go with Weird Al.
Yeah, this one we kind of had the same conversation. We kept trying to think who wears Hawaiian shirts, and that kind of took us down a weird path. And then I just really kind of boiled down and thought about the movie, and I was like, oh yeah, Weird Al's in the movie. So
Literally
we
took
agree.
you down a weird path. That's right.
It did.
A Weird Al path. Yeah, several months ago, you guys had on a trivia host who mentioned in passing that he would never do a Weird Al music trivia question. And I took that as a personal challenge.
You succeeded. It was good.
I also want to point out his last name. I wondered, and he is of Slovene and Croatian descent.
Ooh.
Ah, Weird Al. There you go.
Yeah, he's got a great cameo in The Naked Gun, pretty close to the beginning. And Weird Science is by Oingo Boingo, the theme to the movie.
Oh, we kept saying they did Weird Science. I wouldn't even think to put 2 and 2 together. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Number 8 is Janis Joplin or language. The common, usually metal fashion item known as a Kirby grip in British English goes by what 2-word name in U.S. English? Our version also consists of a name and a word that can be a noun or verb.
We're gonna just lock in a guess.
All right, they have a guess. Marco, are you familiar with either Kirby grip or anything that he's talking about?
Not really, but the only thing that came to mind was like, if you know what I'm talking about, on those cowboy jackets or something, those things that like hang off a sleeve or something like that.
A little tassel?
Tassel, yeah. Something like that.
I think I've heard this before, and I think they don't call it that in England because it's what a police officer tackling a person would be called, is a bobby pin. So we can go with a bobby pin.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that because I was trying to think. I was like, well, it's not another little piece of my heart and Bobby McGee, and then we got on Bobby and Bobby Pin. So
they call it a Kirby grip. We call it a Bobby pin.
Love it. Matt loves a good Kirby grip when he's going to the batting cages.
I mean, it seems way more descriptive of what it actually is. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Number 9 is Fetty Wap or games.
Yeah, baby.
In the modern American version of the card game Hearts, players suffer a 1-point penalty for each heart card they take and a 13-point penalty for what card? This card has special rules associated with it in many card games, such as Pinochle. I'm going to need both the value and suit.
So, I'm trying to think. Have you played Hearts before?
I have. I've played it a lot on the old Windows XP, and if I'm not mistaken, it should be the Queen of Spades, because the Queen I'm certain of, and the Spades is like a reverse heart, so that's how I remembered it, so Queen of Spades.
I also played it a lot on the Windows. My Windows PC as a child. It was one of the 4 free games you get.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I know when you're trying to shoot the moon, you want all of the hearts, and then you try to get the Queen of Spades as well. So I agree. We're gonna go Queen of Spades.
Yeah, we knew that Fetty Wap sang Trap Queen, so we had that part. We just didn't know. We don't know the card game. We didn't know the suits, and we just thought Queen of Hearts sounds nice, so we went the opposite way.
Queen of Spades is what I was looking for. Marco and Matt, did you guys ever successfully shoot the moon?
Yeah. It makes people so mad, and because I used to play on the AOL like log rooms or whatever, and people get so mad when you do it. It's funny.
It's
ASL?
difficult, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to round out question 10 with Coheed and Cambria or podcasts. Typically written by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor and starring Cecil Baldwin, what long-running paranormal fiction podcast styles itself as a community radio show in a desert town where a number of very strange things happen?
Okay. We don't know the show. It sounds really interesting and fun, but we're going to lock in from hopefully the music angle.
Marco, it looked like this seemed familiar to you.
Yeah, I listened to the first 3 or 4 episodes, but it was like 2 years ago, and I am trying to figure out and remember the name, but I just can't. Maybe like in a minute or so.
Is Welcome Home is the song that I think Coheed's best known for. And one of the podcasts I've heard about but I've never listened to is Welcome to Night Vale. Does that sound...
Yes, that's it.
Does that sound familiar?
It. Yeah.
That one's it always pops up on my you should listen to this, and I always say no thank you. So I think we can go with Welcome to Night Vale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great poll. We knew Welcome Home was their most popular hit. It's the one that was on like Rock Band or Guitar Hit, whichever one it was that we used to play all the time. But yeah, we just had Welcome Home. But now that you say it, yeah, Welcome to Night Vale sounds absolutely correct. But we just said Welcome Home.
Welcome Home only got you halfway there. I was looking for Welcome to Night Vale.
As soon as he said it.
Yep. Well, great poll there from Bootleg Bulls because they are in the lead by 20 points with 84 points going into the swing round. And over here at Triviality Gets Screwed, we are following our name here. We have 64 points, but we're not too far behind. Before we go to the swing round and hear what Justin has in store, just wanted to remind everyone to join us over at Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast to sign up and support the show. For as little as $1 a month, you get rid of all the ads like this one or the ones provided by Airwave Media. For as little as $5 a month, you can get all of our bonus audio content, which is reaching about 100 hours of bonus audio content with weekly trivia bonuses, crop drops, and a bunch of other great content that we provide over there. But most of all, for that cup of coffee a month, you can help support the show, help us grow as we've been doing the last few years, and help us continue our streak of never missing a main feed episode on Tuesdays. So if you'd like to join us, go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. All right, Justin, what do we have in store today for the swing round?
So today's swing round is odd one out. This is something I use as a finals very often in my home trivia games. For each of these, I'll give a criteria of some sort and 4 possible choices. 3 of the possible answers fit the criteria, so you have to find which of them is the odd one out. You guys are going to be getting a best of across all different subjects.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
All right. First one is science. The category is names of Mars rovers. And the possible answers are curiosity, opportunity, U2, and Zhurong. Number 2, subject is television. Category is the late, great Andre Braugher plays a cop. And the possibilities are Axe Cop, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Homicide, Life on the Street, and New Girl. For number 3, the subject is mythology. The category is Greek goddesses who are Zeus's daughters. And the possibilities are Artemis, Athena, Persephone, and Rhea. For number 4, the subject is music. Category is bands that have albums with one-letter titles. And your options are Def Leppard, INXS, Jethro Tull, Tenacious D. Number 5 is subject food. Category spices India leads the world in production of. That is to say, India produces by volume more of these spices than any other country. The options are allspice, chili, coriander, and turmeric. Number 6, subject is film. Category is films from 2001 or 2 that were reshot, rewritten, or edited because of 9/11. And we have Donnie Darko, Lilo and Stitch, Men in Black 2, and Zoolander. Number 7, subject is geography. Category is countries that contain their continent's highest peaks. And we have Argentina, Switzerland, Tanzania, and the United States. Number 8, subject is comics. Category is villainous gorillas from DC Comics. We have Gorilla Grodd, King Gorilla, Monsieur Mala, and the Ultra Humanite. Number 9, subject is history. Category is U.S. presidents who were Whigs. That's Whig Party, not war Whigs. Franklin Pierce, John Tyler, Millard Fillmore, Zachary Taylor. And number 10, subject is literature. Category is deities created by H.P. Lovecraft for the Cthulhu mythos. We have Cthulhu, Hastur, Nyarlathotep, and Yog-Sothoth.
All right, we're going to go over these, and we'll be back with some repeats and hopefully some right answers after these messages.
The Disney Plus Hulu HBO Max bundle. Plan starting at just $16.99 a month. Catch Limitless, Live Better Now Season 1 with Chris Hemsworth on Disney Plus.
We got a lot of work to do.
Alien Earth on Hulu.
This ship collected monsters.
And Final Destination Bloodlines on HBO Max.
Death is coming for our family.
The Disney Plus Hulu HBO Max bundle. Plan starting at $16.99 a month. All these and more streaming soon. Visit Disney Plus Hulu HBO Max Bundle.com for details.
To you, my darling.
No, to you.
The Roses were living the dream.
More champagne for me, please.
Until it all came crashing down.
He got fired. Fired?
From the director of Meet the Parents.
You're a failure. Women don't like that.
If you need a shoulder or an inner thigh to lean on.
On August 29th.
I just want the house.
We want everything.
Wow.
Stop.
Yes, go!
And see The Roses.
These people.
The Roses. Rated R. Under 17, not a minute without parent. In theaters everywhere, August 29th.
Did archaeologists discover Noah's Ark?
Is the rapture coming as soon as the Euphrates River dries up?
Does the Bible condemn abortion?
Don't you wish you had a trustworthy academic resource to help make sense of all of this?
Well, I'm Dan Beecher, and he's award-winning Bible scholar and TikTok sensation Dr. Dan McClellan, and we want to invite you to the Data Over Dogma podcast,
where our mission is to increase public access to the academic study of the Bible and religion, and also to combat the spread of misinformation about the same.
But, in a fun way.
Every week we tackle fascinating topics, we go back to source materials in their original languages,
and we interview top scholars in the field.
So whether you're a devout believer,
or you're just interested in a clear-eyed, deeply informed look at one of the most influential books of all time,
we think you're going to love the Data Over Dogma podcast.
Wherever you subscribe to awesome shows.
We are back from deliberating the swing round clues, so we're going to throw it back to Justin just to hear them one more time, and we will give our answers.
All right. First odd one out was science. It was names of Mars rovers, and I gave you Curiosity, Opportunity, U2, and Zhurong.
Yeah, this one came up, and I didn't know if Bono was involved in any Mars rover operations.
Well, and credit to Neal for his recent Patreon bonus game where I heard some of these other names. So yeah, I agree. I think it's U2.
So yeah, Matt and I ruled out Curiosity and Opportunity immediately. It was between U2 and Zhurong, and we said U2.
U2 and Zhurong are both Chinese rovers, but U2 is a moon rover, not a Mars rover.
Nice.
And it comes pre-installed on every iPod.
That's right.
Yep. Subject is television. Category is the late, great Andre Braugher plays a cop. And we have Axe Cop, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Homicide, Life on the Street, and New Girl.
Yeah, we thought that Axe Cop was like something animated, and we figured maybe he snuck in on New Girl when they did their crossover. So we said Axe Cop.
He's definitely on New Girl. He plays, I think, one of the dads or something. But I'm not sure if he was a cop or not. We ended up going with Axe Cop.
Axe Cop is correct. In Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he's a police captain. On New Girl, they crossed over, so he's that same police captain. In Homicide, Life on the Street, he was a detective. In Axe Cop, he is a character named Lobster Man.
Okay. He's not a lobster policeman.
No, I believe he's a non-police lobster human hybrid.
Wonderful.
Axe Cop is a wild show. Worth your time. Number 3 is mythology. Category was Greek goddesses who are Zeus's daughters. I gave you Artemis, Athena, Persephone, and Rhea.
Yeah, this one we just went on the Danny DeVito scale. Only one of those is someone he's married to, so we said Rhea.
Matt and I were considering Persephone. Matt said that she might have something to do with Hades, so that's what we said, Persephone.
Artemis, Athena, and Persephone are all Zeus's daughters. Rhea is Zeus's mom. The Greek gods kept it in the family, but that one would be pretty extreme.
I'm always down for some Oedipal. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Matt, I think you might be thinking of Eurydice had the deal with Hades when she goes with Hades Town.
That's
the musical.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was thinking of Hades Town again. You're right.
You're always thinking of Hades Town.
Forget about it. It's Hades Town.
Persephone's in Hades Town.
Yeah.
True. She also is in Hades Town. Yeah.
The fourth one was music. I gave you the category bands that have albums with one-letter titles, and the options were Def Leppard, In Excess, Jethro Tull, and Tenacious D.
Yeah, this one we liked Tenacious D. We know they had the self-titled. They had Pick a Destiny, but we couldn't think of one that was just a single word, so we said the D.
We thought they might have had an album called D, and we weren't sure. So we ended up going with Def Leppard.
Def Leppard and INXS both have albums titled X. Jethro Tull has an album titled A. Tenacious D never took the obvious route and did an album titled D. So Tenacious D is correct. Subject is food for the fifth one. Category is spices India leads the world in production of. I gave you the options of allspice, chili, coriander, and turmeric.
Well, Neal told me that coriander is just the British name for cilantro, and we figured that India wouldn't want to grow anything the Brits liked, so we said coriander.
Yeah, Matt's first instinct was chili, but for some reason coriander was screaming at me, so we decided to go for coriander.
The India does use coriander, both the leaves and as a spice, they grind up the seeds. Allspice is a dried berry that was named because it tastes like a mix of different spices, and it's not a hallmark of Indian cooking. It is primarily produced in Jamaica, Central America, Tonga, and Hawaii.
Wow. And that's also what Megatron was looking for, I think, in the Transformers movie.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Number 6 was film. Films from 2001 to 2 that were reshot, rewritten, or edited because of 9/11. I gave you Donnie Darko, Lilo and Stitch, Men in Black 2, and Zoolander.
Yeah, this one, we kind of just went from a production angle, and we just figured Donnie Darko is the only one that's an independent movie. I believe it came out in 2001. It did have a plane motor crash into Jake Gyllenhaal's house or whatever, but knowing the director, I just there's no way he would have rewritten or reshot something, especially on that low of a budget. All the other ones, I think, are shot in New York, so we said Donnie Darko.
Yeah, we talked about the plane crash in Donnie Darko, but we thought maybe it was changed a little bit. But we ended up going with Men in Black 2.
Zoolander was edited digitally. The Twin Towers were removed from several scenes. Men in Black 2's finale originally included the World Trade Center instead of the Statue of Liberty. And Lilo and Stitch originally saw our heroes hijack a 747 to chase a spaceship. Donnie Darko, the plane crash scene, was not changed, and that was controversial at the time.
Yeah, figured there's no way he was going to budge on his artistic integrity. So, and then he made Southland.
Lilo and Stitch, they decided to not make the protagonist airplane hijackers.
I've seen the redraw. The original footage is nuts.
They also have that thing where they reanimated Lilo is the girl, right? Yeah, Stitch is where Lilo was playing in a washer.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to like
because they don't want kids getting stuck in
they don't want kids getting stuck in washers, so they changed it. Yeah.
Yeah. They also took out a scene where she falsely sets off the tsunami alarm to clear a beach of tourists.
They put all of that back in, though, for the gritty live action.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's right.
Don't talk to me about that live action film.
The Nolan directed.
Number 7 was geography. I asked you about countries that contain their continent's highest peaks. The options were Argentina, Switzerland, Tanzania, and the United States.
We think it's Switzerland.
European here, so the highest peak in Switzerland is Mont Blanc, which is the highest peak. And I remember that Argentina is a pretty flat country, so we said Argentina.
Argentina actually does have some mountainous parts and also a lot of flat parts. Tanzania has Kilimanjaro. The United States has Denali, now McKinley again, I guess.
Denali. That's fine.
I'm sticking with Denali. Europe's highest peak is in Russia if you're including it, or if you're not, it's on the border of France and Italy, which is where Mont Blanc is. Mont Blanc is not quite in Switzerland. Well, I'm sure you are all familiar with villainous gorillas from DC Comics.
Yeah. That was a little bit harder.
We had Gorilla Grodd, King Gorilla, Monsieur Mala, and the Ultra Humanite.
Yeah, I knew Grodd was on the Flash, and he's the telepathic gorilla. I've heard of Monsieur Mala before. I think King Gorilla maybe is like a Marvel property, or it's in some other. I know it's a real thing, but I think it's not DC. So we went King Gorilla on a guess.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Flash, and that was the only one I knew. I don't know what Monsieur Mala is. I have no idea. So we just said that.
All right, Gorilla Grodd is originally a Flash villain. The Ultra Humanite is a Superman villain. He's a genius man's brain in an albino gorilla body. Monsieur Mala is a Doom Patrol villain. And King Gorilla is from Venture Brothers.
Okay.
DC Comics does have a Congo Gorilla, who's a heroic gorilla.
Written by Michael Crichton.
Yeah. Subject history, we had U.S. presidents who were Whigs, and we had Franklin Pierce, John Tyler, Millard Fillmore, and Zachary Taylor.
Felt pretty good about this one. I'm pretty sure only 2 Whig candidates were ever elected, which means that the 4 Whigs that were in there were because their previous presidents had died. So we knew John Tyler took over for Harrison, Zachary Taylor died, leaving Millard Fillmore as president. So we ruled out and said Franklin Pierce.
Yeah, I was kind of at a loss here, so Matt took over. He said Millard Fillmore.
I was looking here for Franklin Pierce. Those other 3 were all Whigs. As you said, Whigs always came as a 2-for-1 special. The first one died in office both times they were elected. Franklin Pierce was a Democrat, but from the same period as the Whigs. And lastly, we had literature. Deities created by H.P. Lovecraft for the Cthulhu mythos. We've got Cthulhu, Hastur, Nyarlathotep, and Yog-Sothoth.
I said, which one of these sounds the most like it could be changed from a Magic the Gathering character? Just a little game theory. We didn't know because we don't know Cthulhu literature. We just said Yog-Sothoth. Can't even pronounce it.
Marko knew that Cthulhu and Nyarlathotep, whichever one, those were both. So then we were at a 50-50, and we went with Hastur.
Hastur is correct. All of these are in the Cthulhu mythos. Yog-Sothoth is, among other things, behind the events of the Dunwich Horror. Hastur was created by Ambrose Bierce and later added to the mythos by Lovecraft.
Oh, no way. Ambrose Bierce.
He finds his way back to the pod.
Ambrose Bierce, again.
And just to confirm, Matt, you guys got 3 correct. Is that right?
Yeah, that was a rough one.
All right, after that really fun swing round, it looks like the Bootleg Bulls are going to trade in their Bulls jersey for an old Cleveland jersey from Major League and be Ricky Vaughn with 99 points going into the second round, my favorite baseball number. And the team of Triviality gets screwed, picking up 40 points, bringing our total to 104.
Oh, what a swing.
So it's still very close, actually, but we're slightly in the lead, Jeff.
We were just catching back up.
Yeah, we were.
We were falling behind.
We were. But now it's game on.
It is anyone's game. All right, round 2, question 1. Weird Al Yankovic or Americana? Cawker City, Kansas has the world's largest of this classic roadside attraction, although Darwin, Minnesota, Branson, Missouri, and Lake Nebagamon, Wisconsin all claim some version of the record.
Okay, Marko, so we're looking at if you don't know your U.S. geography, these are Midwest flyover states that need a reason for you to stop when you're on your way driving through them. But
we love all our listeners from these states.
They just like to have big things.
Yeah,
there's places with big chairs. There's places.
It'll be like 200 miles. See the largest pair of scissors, or whatever.
I would believe it.
See the biggest dinosaur made of cheese or something.
Yeah, cheese dinosaur. Marko, you don't have any idea, right?
No, maybe like a big statue of a vegetable or something.
Yeah.
You think they're putting vegetables in America, Marko, here with our diets?
If there's a big statue of
candy bars,
high fructose corn syrup, the biggest vat of high fructose corn syrup.
Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh boy. Largest. I know that there's like a giant pencil. They have them in multiple states I've seen. Do you want to go largest pencil?
Sure.
As a roadside
Sounds good.
attraction? Okay.
I thought that went to wherever Willem Dafoe was, whatever state he was.
Yeah, that's what they erect the largest pencil when he's in town. Jeff's done a lot of road tripping, so I'll let you take it.
We think this is like balls of like yarn or twine. Like, I know there's a couple states with big balls
of yarn.
And, we think Kansas might be one of them. So,
all right. This is the largest ball of twine. Cawker City has the largest overall. Darwin has the largest made by one man. Branson has the heaviest. And Lake Nebagamon has the largest ball of nylon as opposed to Cecil twine.
Wow.
And Weird Al has a song called The Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota. It's on his Essentials.
That's where it comes from. Where's the largest one you said? Cawker City?
Cawker City, Kansas. Cawker.
Usually it's either the cocker or the balls being the largest, but you never get both in the same place. So,
I should have given you AC/DC for big balls.
Yeah, that I definitely would have gotten it for sure.
Have you seen the largest ball of paint? It is several thousand layers thick, and you can go there and add a layer.
Oh boy!
I don't want homework. I don't want to have a task to do when I'm off on the road.
I do like audience participation.
Yeah.
We have the largest barn full of hay. If you move it to the other side of the barn, you're like, I'm not going to do that. I just want my my tahine or whatever, from the corner store.
Florida's got singing mermaids.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Round 2, question 2 is Panic at the Disco or sports? Lynn Swann is best known as an NFL Hall of Famer and MVP of Super Bowl X, but what many might not know is that in high school he was into ballet. Swann's high school basketball teammate Peter Barsaccini actually used him as the inspiration as the male lead when writing the scripts to what made-for-TV film franchise?
Okay, we'll lock in.
Boy, I think I'm hung up on the made-for-TV film franchise. I don't really know too many of those.
I'm hung up
Marko,
on Panic at the Disco songs, trying to think of the earlier stuff, some more modern stuff.
Yeah,
but
you got High Hopes, you got your Mona Lisa, you got your I Write Sins Not Tragedies.
Yeah, Hallelujah.
Yeah, but this is if it's a ballet, I'm trying to think of I can't think of a film franchise that there's multiple of them that's about ballet.
Or just dance in general, maybe?
Oh, dance in general. Okay.
Maybe Step Up, that wasn't made for TV, right?
No, that came out in the theaters. And also, Lynn Swann was a football player in the 70s, so this is probably an 80s into 90s kind of thing. We could be looking at a Flashdance or...
Flashdance.
I don't know. There's a... what I mean, I have absolutely nothing here, so...
I'm still trying to think of any Panic at the Disco song. This is gospel. I don't know.
Yeah. There's so many, and it would be hard. Do you want to just lock in with Flashdance?
Sure. Sounds good.
They got songs about dancing. That's good.
Yeah, this one was really tough for us. We were thinking of Step Up series, which is film, and Fame, which is film. But yeah, we had no idea. We just were like, okay, maybe it's a Panic at the Disco song. We've never heard of the TV series. We said High Hopes.
High Hopes was the hint because the film franchise is High School Musical.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Peter Barsaccini wrote the High School Musical trilogy, and Zac Efron's character is based on Lynn Swann.
That makes a lot of
Although
sense.
I wouldn't blame you for not recognizing him.
Yeah, it's not a 1-for-1.
No. Oh, they kept basketball, but they changed ballet out for musical theater.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that because I know the third film was theatrically released, but the originals were made for TV. Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
All right. Round 2, number 3 is Quad City DJs or history. In 1883, 35 years before Congress officially recognized it, representatives from the companies in what major industry, most powerful in the late 1800s, created U.S. standardized time and delineated the mainland's 4 time zones?
Okay, we're locked in.
purely on the strength of the Quad City DJs, I assume, Neal.
Oh, yes.
Marco, what do you think?
Honestly, have no idea. I've never heard of Quad City DJs or the content of the question, so can't really help you here.
Well, the Quad City DJs, while mostly known for their putting their songs on the Space Jam soundtrack, they also had a hit song called "The Train," which is very popular in this area. So I believe this is the railroad industry.
Yeah, Jeff was in here singing "Come On, Ride a Train, Choo Choo Ride." So yeah, we said railroads.
The train, parentheses, come on and ride it. It is the railroad industry.
It was very big at our middle school dances.
Oh, yeah.
We have railroad execs to thank for the fact that I'm an hour off from you guys. Number 4 is Jimi Hendrix or comics. What soap opera comic strip, active since 1938, saw a surge in popularity in 2006 when one storyline featured Aldo Kellerast, who stopped the title character and drove off a cliff drunk when she rejected his advances? It's worth mentioning, Aldo looked a little too much like Captain Kangaroo to take seriously.
Well, they're locked in, so that means we have to talk about this. Marco,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Well, when I first heard Hendrix and comics, I thought, okay, All Along the Watchtower and Watchmen. But then I heard the rest of the question and everything fell apart.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't necessarily know what a soap opera comic is. I'm thinking you got your, like, Archie. But, like, Riverdale didn't come out till later, so I don't think it would be till after 2006. So I don't know where that would come from. Maybe Casper. Just think of old comics, but I can't really think of Captain Kangaroo. That means nothing to me outside of Big Daddy. I don't know if that's where that's from.
Yeah, same. So we can go Riverdale if you want. That sounds good. It is like a soap opera thing. So
yeah, we'll go with Riverdale.
I know it's super old.
Yeah, we really had no idea. We were kind of going through Jimi Hendrix's song, like, you know, Foxy Lady, like you said, All on the Watchtower.
If
and
649.
Yeah. But yeah, we really had no idea. The Captain Kangaroo thing really threw us off. Jeff, what do we lock in with?
We just put Nancy. We know that's a really, really old comic strip.
Yep.
Yeah, the soap opera comic strips have, a lot of them, been going on for most of a century. The hint I was dropping was actually at the start of that sentence. It's worth mentioning. This is Mary Worth.
Oh,
ooh,
Mary Worth.
Okay.
And Kellerast is just an anagram of stalker.
Okay.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Number 5 is the Beatles or geography. This one should be a little better for international players. Ny-Ålesund, the world's northernmost civilian settlement and home to the northernmost post office, has a population of 35 who are citizens of what country? This town is a few dozen miles northwest of a famous international seed vault.
We can lock in. Bucket list destination for me.
You want to go see the seeds?
Vault.
Yeah. Marco, do you know where those seeds are at?
not the seeds, but this sounds suspiciously like Finland for Santa Claus's post.
Yeah. I think that that's correct. It's always a plot point in these end of the world movies where they have to go to the seed vault or something like that. So and if Finland sounds familiar, so I think we can go with that.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Jeff, what did you have? You had this one right away.
I'm pretty sure that there's a famous seed vault on an island up in the Arctic Circle. I'd like to travel there one day. It's in Svalbard, which is in Norway.
And I think we got it from the Beatles song about Willem Dafoe's nickname when he's in this country.
Norwegian Wood.
Yeah.
Norwegian Wood is the hint song, and Svalbard is Norway. That is where Ny-Ålesund is found too.
Yep, you're not allowed to leave town unless you have a gun for the polar bears. And I guess you can't say it's illegal, but you can't die there.
Okay.
Yeah. Not allowed to leave town without a gun means it's also an honorary U.S. town.
After 5, Bootleg Bulls only picking up 10 points, but they're still not far behind from us. So they have 109, and our team over here, Triviality, getting screwed. Luckily, no screwing up there in the past 20, 30 minutes. We picked up 30, bringing our total to 134.
It's all falling apart. That's okay.
Well, don't cry until you've heard round 6, which is Tears for Fears, or journalism. From its launch in 1979 until it went digital in 2007, what tabloid graced supermarket checkout lines with headlines like Bat Child Found in Cave, Aliens Endorse Clinton, and Boy Born with Tattoo of Elvis?
Yeah, we think we got it.
These are some of my favorite. I was very invested in the tale of Bat Boy and what was happening with him when I was in middle school. Marco, are you familiar with the works of Bat Boy?
Not really, no.
No.
Big Croatian star, Bat Boy.
I don't know if he has works necessarily. There is definitely Bat Boy lore.
I don't know if this.
He did fight in Iraq.
I don't know if this if this tabloid made its way over there, but I'm pretty sure that this is the National Enquirer.
No, never heard of it.
Count yourself lucky.
Yeah. Well, Bat Boy's a musical too, so Marco can learn all about Bat Boy and listen to songs about it. Yeah, we think this is there was a tabloid called Shout, which is the Tears for Fears song. That's what we went with.
That's neither of those are the correct tabloid.
Oh no.
I'm looking here for Weekly World News.
Weekly World News. That's the one.
Oh yes.
And I do have a deep and enduring love for Bat Boy, both the musical and the tabloid character. One of the posters you can't see in my room is Bat Boy for President, Let Me Walk Among You.
I was thinking of the British teenage girl magazine Shout, which I used to read, I guess, so that's my fault.
And the Enquirer is more like celebrity gossip kind of stuff, right? I think.
Maybe. Yeah, there's a little alien stuff in there.
My mother actually used to work for that tabloid company, and I would get free copies of the Weekly World News.
That's amazing.
Ooh, love it.
She worked on a slightly more reputable tabloid. Number 7 is The Cure, or History/Science. The only legitimate child of Lord Byron, who surrendered custody of her at 5 weeks to her mother, was what mathematician who worked with Charles Babbage on the analytical engine and is widely credited with the first computer program?
Reluctant.
Marco, you're shaking your head. You know this one?
Yeah, I had a question about her in one of my pub trivia where I had 4 pictures and then associate those pictures with a person, and it was Ada Lovelace.
Yeah, we said we're in love, Lace.
Friday, we're in Ada Lovelace.
That's a very different song.
Number 8 is Vance Joy, or Film. For 1969's Easy Rider, the character George Hansen was originally written for what actor who died in 2019, but was given to Jack Nicholson after this man drew a knife on Dennis Hopper during a disagreement at dinner, although the actor maintained for the rest of his life that it was Hopper who drew the knife.
Yeah, we're locked in.
All right, Marco, we have absolutely no idea. You know the Vance Joy is, what's the song?
Riptide.
Well, that helps us not at all because we can't think of anybody. So we're going to say Paul Newman. I hope it's him.
Well,
Newman's Own.
If he's good with a knife, I'd probably want him to be my left-hand man because I've also seen him be good with a wrench. We think this is Rip Torn.
Millennials probably know him best as Patches O'Houlihan, or for running the Men in Black, it is Rip Torn.
I know the name. Never would have got there.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge Rip Torn's knife. Number 9 is Ghost, or Animals. Eurostopodus diabolicus is a round, silly-looking, spotted dark brown bird from the island of Sulawesi in Indonesia, about 11 inches long. It's a nocturnal insect eater with a striking name, often attributed to its rarely heard cry, that has been compared to the devilish sound of plucking out a human eye. Give me one of the common names for this bird.
That's horrifying.
That is horrifying. we're kind of going from the ghost angle. We're gonna take a stab.
I know that the band has the movie tour thing, but other than that, I don't know anything about Ghost.
Yeah, you're not allowed to bring your phone in. I guess they put them in the little bags. All right, this is another one that I think we have no idea on.
Maybe a crow of some kind.
Yeah, some kind of, and the sound of a scream, like a shriek crow. I don't know.
Shriek crow. Should we do a funny answer or a serious answer?
No, they're all funny in that we know nothing for some reason. The second half of this game, yeah, the Sulawesi shrieking crow.
We really don't know much, to be honest. We know that there's several movies where people's eyes are getting plucked out, and we're I don't know, trying to look through some of those, but like Hostel, I suppose. But yeah, we just we heard like the ghost, and then we know sometimes banshees are kind of like ghost figures, and maybe they have a shriek. So we thought maybe the bird was called a banshee.
Eurostopodus diabolicus is known best as the satanic nightjar. Also Heinrich nightjar, or the Sulawesi nightjar, or the diabolical nightjar.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a silly-looking, round, little dark brown bird, but conservationists actually love the name satanic nightjar because it draws attention to the bird. Last one of the regular round is Lana Del Rey or web series. Binging with Babish, known today as the Babish Culinary Universe, takes its name from host Andrew Ria's Reddit handle at the time. Although Ria is a big fan of many TV shows, especially Frasier, the username originates with a character from what show?
All right. I knew this one right away, so we are locked in.
Yeah, so we're familiar with Binging with Babish. Our friends, first time, or originally listeners, Emily and Kellen, I remember, got me a Binging with Babish book for my birthday. I think it was a New Year's Eve party. So I have the book, and the name is really killing me because I know it's like, I think it's based on like Arthur or Oliver Babish, and I can't remember what show it's from.
Is that Arthur's last name?
No, I think it's
Aardvark. Is it Arthur A?
Definitely not Aardvark.
No, you're way off, Jeff.
Well, Matt, I didn't know, so I was never going to be close.
Okay. Okay, so the only Babish I can think of, and maybe I'll pull this out of my ass, but Oliver Platt plays a lawyer on The West Wing named Babish, who has a baseball bat or something, or club. So we said West Wing. That's
so annoying. He did pull it out of his ass. It is Oliver Babish, and it is from The West Wing, and I was really surprised you didn't get it right away, because you love The West Wing.
I do love The West Wing.
And Oliver Platt got an Emmy nomination for that role.
After regulation, the scores are still not too far apart. We have the Bootleg Bulls with 129, picking up 20 in that second half there. And the team of Triviality getting screwed, picking up 30, bringing our total to 164. Before we hear those final round categories, just one more plug for Patreon. We have 2 patrons with us in the house today. So if you'd like to join Justin and Marko and help the show, just go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. We'd love to see you over there, and give us some support so we can make more content to give you. So patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. All right, Justin, what do we got for the final round? What are the categories?
So today's finals is an acquired taste. The final questions are themed around the 5 flavors. The categories are sweet or music, salty or video games, sour or art, bitter or alcohol, and umami or food.
All the wagers are now locked in, and let's go to Justin for the questions.
All right, here we go. Sweet or music. Inspired by a concert where they were driven off stage by the audience throwing bottles, English glam rock band The Sweet released what song, which Spotify lists as their second most streamed in 1975 in the UK and 1977 in the US? Salty or video games. SaltyBet is a website that since 2013 continuously runs streams members can bet fake money on. The streams show tens of thousands of different characters in computer-controlled fighting game matches using what freeware fighting game engine, whose name is also a Japanese word meaning unlimited or infinity. Sour or art? The vinegar tasters is a traditional subject in Chinese paintings. The three old men depicted are commonly held to represent what three religious or philosophical schools of thought, two of which originated in China. Bitter or alcohol? Name for me three of the four primary components, 3 alcohols and a garnish, in a classic Negroni, aside from ice. 2 of these ingredients are found in a classic martini as well. And 5 is umami or food. Just say when. What mainstay of Italian cuisine naturally contains about 16.8 milligrams of MSG per gram, more than any other commonly available solid food?
Those are your questions. We're going to talk about the answers on our end. We'll be back after these messages.
Steve Cubine and Nan McNamara's podcast from beneath the Hollywood sign.
Mary Astor has been keeping a diary.
Mary writes everything down.
And so this torrid affair with George S. Kaufman is chronicled on a daily basis.
In great detail. And Ike pulls out a box and gives McAllister a ring saying, here's something to remember me by. This article caused Daryl Zanuck to hit the roof.
Actress Ruth Roman followed that up with playing a foil to Betty Davis in Beyond the Forest. I mean, if you can stand toe-to-toe with her, boy.
And she does, because she plays the daughter of the man that Betty Davis kills out on the hunting trip.
And it's directed by King Vidor, so he's no slouch.
How do you go wrong with that?
Yeah.
Speaking of the Oscars, talking about what I call beginner's luck, it's all about the actors and actresses who won an Oscar on their very first film.
Get your fix of old Hollywood from Steve and Ann on the podcast from beneath the Hollywood sign.
Grown-ups, if there's a child in your life who is interested in, curious about, or fascinated by people and places from history, then my podcast, The Past and the Curious, might just be a hit in your home. From the invention of microscopes to world-traveling dogs to fashions of the 1890s, gold rush ghost towns, and audiences going wild for walking competitions, we've got a little bit of it all. Hosted by children's author and museum educator Mick Sullivan, that's me, the show is fun, funny, engaging, honest, and beloved by kids and parents alike. Find The Past and the Curious at all the usual podcast places.
History never says goodbye. It just says, see you later. Edward Galeano was right when he said that. Events keep happening over and over again in some form. And that's the reason I produce the podcast, My History Can Beat Up Your Politics. What is it? We take stories of history and apply them to the events of today to help you, perhaps, understand them better. We are also part of Airwave Media Network. I've been doing the program since 2006. That's a long time, and the show has a long name. My History Can Beat Up Your Politics. Find me wherever you get podcasts.
Okay, all the answers are now locked in. I'm going to hear just a little recap from Justin, and we'll see how we did.
All right. The first one, Sweet or Music, was inspired by a concert where they were driven off stage by the audience throwing bottles. English glam rock band The Sweet released what song?
It was Lightning. We said Ballroom Blitz.
For 20 points.
Yeah, we wagered 30, and we also thought that they blitzed from that ballroom blitz.
The man in the back said everyone attack, and it turned into a ballroom blitz. Number 2, Salty Bet is a website that since 2013 continually runs streams using what freeware fighting game engine whose name is also a Japanese word meaning unlimited or infinity.
All right, so none of that made any sense to me until we got to the Japanese word meaning infinity. And thanks to one of my favorite anime characters, because he likes to graffiti the infinite symbol, because his name is Mugen.
For 20 points.
Yeah, we wagered, we'll be losing 30 points on this one. We had no idea. We said Unreal Engine.
The engine is called MUGEN or Mugen. The vinegar taster is traditional subject in Chinese painting. The three old men depicted are commonly held to represent what three religious or philosophical schools of thought?
Yep. Hope we're right on this one for 10 points. We said Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism.
We wagered 20 and we said Taoism, Confucianism, and Shinto or Shintoism.
One team's getting points for this. It is Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism. They're all tasting the vinegar, and they all have different expressions because the vinegar is life, and it's their different outlooks on life. Number 4 was name for me 3 of the 4 primary components in a classic Negroni aside from ice. 2 of them are also found in martinis.
So we had only 10 points on this one. We said gin, vermouth, and Campari.
We wagered 20, and I'll be having to have one of these after my performance today. We said gin, vermouth, Campari, and it's an orange slice as the garnish.
Both teams getting points. Campari, vermouth, gin, and orange peel or twist is what I have, but close enough. And just say when, what mainstay of Italian cuisine naturally contains about 16.8 milligrams of MSG per gram, more than any other commonly available solid food?
I don't like to say when on this one. If we're right, I'm a big fan for 10 points. And we said Parmesan.
We wagered 20 and we said chicken Parmesan.
Chicken Parmesan I don't think is close enough because I was looking for the cheese itself. Parmesan or Parmigiano Reggiano.
All the scores are tabulated. It looks like the Bootleg Bulls are going to end with 109 points, losing 20 in the final round. And today's cream of the crop, Triviality getting screwed. Thankfully, the screwers are on lunch break. We're going to pick up 70 points, bringing our total to 234 points.
The cream of the crop.
Great game, everyone. Justin, awesome questions there. Thank you for giving us a little taste of what you do on the side here in Boca Raton and using some of your music clues, which were really fun and a new way to play trivia. Is there any shout outs you'd like to give, or if people want to come check you out and play your game in person, where can they do that? All that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to shout out my friends and family in general for putting up with me. I'd like to shout out Alex Javizian, who's been your host 3 times and is my co-writer for trivia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
How I heard of this podcast. I'd like to also say, if you're ever in the Palm Beach County, Broward County area, the Irishman in Boca Raton. I do trivia there pretty much every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m.
Awesome. Well, hopefully people will check you out over there. Marko, so nice to see you again. Thanks for repping Chicago with the jersey you have on there. And any shout outs or anything before we let you go?
Nothing special with regards to shout out. Would like to just shout out my friends and family. And if you're ever in Croatia, hit me up.
Yeah. And just for Ken, who isn't here, can you say the name of your town again so we can all butcher it a little bit? But
sure. Hraščina Trgovište.
Hraščina Trgovište.
That's not bad.
Okay.
It's close.
Some of those syllables are right.
It's not good either. It's close enough. But yeah, no,
it's kind of neutral.
We'll come visit you, Marko, in Croatia. But yeah, thank you for being here as always. Good luck on the season, everything. Matt, thank you for hanging out today. I know you're going to need a Negroni, but if you do want to kind of relax a little bit after today's game, maybe go over to airwavemedia.com, our network. There's some great podcasts there you can check out other than ours, like Book Riot, the podcast. For Matt specifically, you have Calm Cove to maybe to get your blood pressure down.
Serene action, yeah.
Yeah, a little serene action. And then Data Over Dogma.
It's not your pastor's Bible podcast.
That's their tagline. It's not your pastor's podcast. So definitely check those out, Airwave Media. But thank you to all of our listeners. Please join us at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast to help support the show. But for Marko, Justin, Matt, Jeff, Ken, who isn't here, my name is Neal, and we'll see you again next week, without fail, on Triviality.
Hello, this is Matt from the Explorers Podcast. I want to invite you to join me on the voyages and journeys of the most famous explorers in the history of the world. These are the thrilling and captivating stories of Magellan, Shackleton, Lewis and Clark, and so many other famous and not so famous adventurers from throughout history. Go to explorerspodcast.com or just look us up on your podcast app. That's the Explorers Podcast.
Spend less time staying in the know about all things gaming and more time actually watching and playing what you want with the IGN Daily Update podcast. All you need is a few minutes to hear the latest from IGN on the world of video games, movies, and television with news, previews, and reviews. So listen and subscribe to the IGN Daily Update wherever you get your podcasts. That's the IGN Daily Update, wherever you get your podcasts.